Call hello Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, double under city apostles and elders of great millstone who rule well over the flock. Shalom and salutation to you brothers out here, preaching the words of truth and sincerity. Shalom to all the elect listening. So this video is going to be on my experience with a Karen. It happened about 8 to 10 years ago. I was in a camp similar to what you see before you. This is the brothers in San Francisco. But New York City, you know, all the camps pretty much look like this. We next to these tall buildings, storefronts, wherever we can get a good corner, you know, on the highways and the hedges in front of the people in the what's the word? You know, the parts of the city, cheap place of concourse. We was on 34th and 7th. Now, I used to have a job right up the block. I was working retail, and my job was right up the block. And so I always wondered, you know, what would happen if somebody from work. That was always in the back of my mind, like if somebody from work seen me, and because I was two long New York City blocks away from my job, and I'd be like, damn, what if somebody see me? So all of a sudden one day, man, we out there teaching. I'm holding post or holding signs. I'm probably like 2 years in, fresh, a year, maybe year and a half, if that. And a Karen from my job walk up and she sees me, man. She stopped. She's staring at me. I'm staring at her. Similar to how these women are staring at the sign right there. But being that the Karen knew me, her face changed. You know, and the best way I could describe it is I have a picture here. I found one on the internet. She kind of started looking like this right here. You know, and her face kind of changed for the worse, you know. And that evil spirit of resentment and hate, I could see right on her face, you know. And she had this little stupid little Karen Bob just like that. You know, Edomite women, nobody thinking about this chick. But she took that back. I knew right then and there, actually, that this would be pretty much, I'm going to have to look for a new job. I remember turning to brothers and be like, yo, somebody from my job just saw me, you know, because we was always thinking that, as you know, wondering about it. So about a week, you know, once I came to work, after, you know, time went by, I came to work, and, you know, she didn't really look my way, nothing. You would have thought it was all good. I actually felt overwhelmed with joy because this Karen from my job had seen me, and it was just like, all right, cast out the bag. Now what? Ball's in your court. I ain't got nothing to hide now. So I was relieved. Like at first I was kind of like, damn, man, this is going to be awkward as hell. But I was relieved, yo. And that goes to show, brothers, when people really find out that you into this, man, it'd be a sigh of relief after a while, man. You know, at first you kind of nervous, but all of that build up, all of that anxiety of wondering what they say and how it's all done away with at that point in time. So you just like, you feel that relief. So I felt a good relief. I almost felt too damn good. You know what I mean? But it was just because I didn't have to hide nothing anymore. So like weeks went by, and they, you know, they was making a move, try to lay me off. Now this is a Karen going to her boss saying, you know, this guy, blah, blah, blah. I'm sure she came to the boss irate, you know, wouldn't let it go. Was every day I was at the job, her skin was boiling, I'm sure. Now, long story short, they hired somebody special. Even my boss at the time, he's Ephraimite dude. He said, who them Israelite guy? Nobody came to me up front. Nobody came to me directly. The boss came up to me one day. He was like, who are those guys out there in the corner? I said, what guys? He said, you know, the guys that be standing on the corner. Da, 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 da. I said, oh, those are the Israelites. He said, oh, yeah. I said, you know, you Israelite too, right? He said, That was it, right? He ain't had nothing to say. He ain't charged me with no crime. What you gonna say? It's almost like Pontius Pilate in Yahweh Shai. He was like, yo, look, man, this man is not guilty. He's innocent. What do you want me to do? But I'm sure they was like, crucify him, man. So they wouldn't let it go, even though my boss had no problem with it. What you do outside is your own life. Most jobs is similar to that. I probably could sue. Who the hell knows? But I didn't care. They hired somebody to come to come into the job and write me up with different things. They would wrote me up one week, wrote me up another week, and next thing you know, they wrote me up the last time. They was like, "We gotta let you go. This is termination." Blah 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 blah. I don't even know. It was so slick. I don't even know what the hell I got written up for. But either way, I was out of there. Long story short, man. Years later, the spirit have it where I'm making more money now. So what's the worry, man? Ultimately, man, the Lord gonna have everybody that came against us reap what they have sown. Everybody, every idle word is you're gonna have to be spoken for when the Lord comes back to judge. Don't worry, man. Don't worry about these jobs. Don't worry about this money, this income, man. Brothers will help you out if you sincere, if you humble, and you let brothers know your situations. I'm sure brothers are gonna come together. Don't be all worried about your job and somebody see you, your mother, sister, brothers, aunt, uncle, nephew, cousin, day ones. Don't worry about nobody seeing you out there, man. The Lord got blessings in store. Blessings in store, and he got curses in store for those that come up against this truth, because this is the truth. This is the Lord's truth. John 16:33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world you shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world. What else can be said? Yahweh Shah himself is saying, be of good cheer. He overcame the world. He said, you're going to have tribulation. We got peace in him. Confide in Yahweh Shemiel Shah in this truth. That's really all there is out there. This is Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. What's the temptation mean? To go through trials. To go through trials and tribulations, man. To catch hell. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Meaning get right, man. Prepare for these things, man. Embrace yourself, because they coming. Constantly endure, meaning condition. You condition yourself over time to deal with it. And just when you think something's really hard to deal with, a year later, you could look back and think like, damn, what I used to think was difficult, man. What I used to think I was going to lose my mind over, or it was going to be too much for me. Now you're conditioned. Now that same simple thing that's not even a blip on your radar screen no more. So you're conditioned like a body, like a body is conditioned for a fight. We conditioned to take hell, to endure, to catch pain, to suffer, to be made durable. We conditioned to fight. We conditioned to fight. We fight it. Spiritual warriors. We're breastplates and armor, all of that. But faithful warriors, spiritual, nothing carnal. And make not haste in time of trouble. And you just go, deal with it as it comes. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. It's all about just always continually being thankful for whatever situation the Lord puts you in, because it's for your betterment. He ain't bring you this far so he could drop you, man. All right, he ain't giving you more than you can't handle. Just endure. And you're going to be increased in your last day. Meaning you're going to get stronger, just like the muscles you build from doing them push-ups. Over time, you can take on more weight. Whatsoever is brought unto thee, take thee cheerfully. And I'm going to emphasize that. Take thee cheerfully, because that's the best way to take it, man. What really makes a man? A man that could, every time he catches hell, he breaking down, and he gets in a format like a woman. He's pulling out his hair, and he's looking visibly stressed out, and tears falling down his face. Nobody ever liked a man with tears on his, crying all the time. Or as opposed to that, you got a man that he catching hell, but man, this man always like stern with it. He always got a stoic smile with him. He always taking it cheerfully, man. You wouldn't even know if he didn't tell you, and he going through stuff, but he's just dealing with it. All right, that's like a brother Barack Obama at our camp in New York City, constantly enduring, constantly suffering, but you would never know if he didn't tell you. It says, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Patience, man. Suffer more, man. Continue to suffer. Continue, man. Hey, man, all of this is going to be, you're going to be cry that sigh of relief like I did. Once they find out, I was, man, glad I ain't got to avoid that no more. Catch out the bag. It is what it is. Y'all do what y'all got to do. Make y'all move, right? It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. The Lord is trying us. Believe him, and he will help thee. Order thy way right, and trust in him. He that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest he fall. He that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Period. The Lord got reward, like I said. The Lord had me be fired at that job years later, only to make, I ain't even gonna go into the details, much more than what I was making over there. Much more. Matthew 24:9. It says here, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. The Lord is building us up, brothers, because we about to go through some real ordeals. We're gonna go through that the highest order of hell. We're gonna have to go before the Caesars of this world. We're gonna have to go before kings and nobles, and you know, the Lord's gonna have us say what he wills us to say. And Lord willing, if we are a part of his elect, we're gonna endure whatever obstacle comes our way. But we're all ready. We gotta be prepared for it. That means you gotta constantly endure, constantly deal with the, pain that our Lord dealt with. Matthew 10:22, and ye shall be hated of men. You shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is the name that we are hated for. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. She didn't hate me because I was young. She didn't hate me because I was black. It might have been that, so-called black. We know, I'm just speaking layman's term. She didn't hate me for these reasons. This Karen right here, when she saw me on the streets preaching the word of the Lord and condemning America, oh man, she hated me because we was doing it, confessing the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So a so-called black man, and cognitive dissonance erupted in her brain's vessels inside her cerebral cortex, and she barely could stay alive. She probably somewhere swimming in, who knows, man. She probably gave up the ghost a long time ago. I ain't looking for her. I look for her in the kingdom when she gonna have to, pick cotton with her teeth. Matthew 10 and 22. It says, but he that and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth unto the end shall be saved. That's the key. To the end, brothers. We signed up for the entire marathon. We signed up for the whole thing. This is 1 Peter 3:14. But if he suffer for righteousness' sake, let's see if I want it. Yeah. But if he suffer for righteousness' sake, as opposed to wicked, right? Happy are ye. So now we suffering for the right reasons. We should be happy. And that's why I felt good. I felt great, man. I felt great. It was a burden off my chest. I was strolling into work, cracking jokes. And this is after she seen me. Oh man, it was such a burden and relief. And I just knew it was in the Lord's hands after that. It says, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled. And I was happy only because it was for righteousness. I never felt that before. Somebody hating on me for doing the right thing. It says, but sanctify the Lord your power in your hearts, and be ready always to give answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear, having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Yahushua. For it is better if the will of Yahweh be so, that you suffer for well-doing than for doing evil-doing. And that's the bottom line. We doing the right thing, brothers. I don't care who it is that got something to say about y'all, brothers, man. Who it is that got something to say about the elect. Can't nobody speak on the elect. Can't nobody make the elect, all right, of Israel do what they ain't supposed to be doing. The Lord done set them up from the foundation of the earth to do what we doing. They could screw their faces all they want. They could cast stones if they want. The Lord gonna rise us up, man. He gonna protect us. He gonna surround us with his angels. He gonna deliver us from all these different conditions, situations that man would be, making number twos in their pants had it been them. But they're gonna see us in that same situation and think we're gonna buckle. But the Lord's gonna provide strength of courage in that day for us to answer back and do what we gotta do. How amazing is that, man? That the Lord just overrides your system with positivity and courageous thoughts. This is John 15:18. If the world hates you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. And that's the bottom line. They hated Yahweh Shai. They hated him so much they crucified him. Alright? If ye were of the world would love his own. And that's another bottom line. We got a lot of bottom lines. If I was of the Karens, they love me. If I was talking about Black Lives Matter, she had no problem. If I was talking about Trump, she had no problem. If I was all up in whatever, conditioning that Edom them put on our people and play the ghettos with to make me some type of simp or some type of reckless, wild African American black nigga, she would have had no problem with that. She wouldn't have seen, not even opposed that. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm a Hebrew Israelite, the tribe of Judah, and representing Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and I'm teaching the words of the kingdom of heaven is at hand, and I'm telling my people to repent, oh, that's a problem. Oh, he got to go. And they had me out of there in less than 3 weeks. So if ye were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. So, hey, don't nobody know hate like the Hebrew Israelites. We know hate because we hated on all day, all night. We always hated on, man. Continually. They hate when they wake and they hate when they sleep. And sometimes they don't get no sleep because they up hating. So prepare yourself for that. That's the type of temptation you're going to have to deal with, brothers, when you come into this thing. But like I said, little do you know the Lord got you. He's going to pull you through that hating. He's going to get you to the other side. You're going to be able to smile while everybody else is frowning, man. Great judgment coming to the people that provoking the Heavenly Father and his men. Till next time, Lord willing, this video is edifying. Shalom.